You're probably watching this slumped over like a boiled shrimp, rubbing your lower back and wondering why your spine feels like it's made of crushed glass. You've probably spent hundreds of dollars on ergonomic office chairs, foam rollers, and massage guns, entirely convinced that your horrible posture is a personal failing. You think you just sit wrong. But let's get one thing straight. Your back doesn't hurt just because you spend 8 hours a day rotting in front of a computer screen. Your back hurts because you are operating a biological machine that was fundamentally engineered to walk on four legs, and your ancestors rudely decided to flip it completely upright. Welcome to the ultimate evolutionary mismatch. See, if we look back through deep time, the vertebrate spine is an absolute masterpiece of engineering. For hundreds of millions of years, early tetrapods, dinosaurs, and ancient mammals used their spines like a suspension bridge. When an animal walks on all fours, the spine is horizontal. The organs hang down perfectly, the weight is distributed evenly across four sturdy pillars, and the mechanical stress on the back is practically zero. It works flawlessly. But roughly 6 million years ago, early hominins made a radical pivot. They stood up. Bipedalism was the ultimate biological cheat code. Walking on two legs meant our ancestors could see predators over tall savanna grasses. It meant they could carry food back to their families. Most importantly, it freed up their hands to craft tools, wield weapons, and eventually invent the wheel, agriculture, and the smartphone you're currently hunched over. It gave us unparalleled supremacy on this planet. But evolution is not a visionary architect. It is a blind, desperate mechanic armed with nothing but duct tape and whatever spare parts are lying around. You cannot just take a horizontal suspension bridge, flip it 90 degrees into the air, and expect it to effortlessly hold up a bowling ball, which is exactly what your heavy, massive human head is. To keep us from constantly falling flat on our faces, evolution had to aggressively hack the system. It took that straight, sturdy spine and violently bent it into an S shape. This curvature allowed the torso to sit directly above the hips, balancing our center of gravity. But here is the physical override. That S curve is a structural nightmare. By forcing a straight column to repeatedly curve, we created massive concentrated stress points, specifically right at the bottom. Every single time you take a step, lift a box, or just stand still, the entire crushing weight of your upper body is localized directly onto your lower lumbar vertebrae. We traded a perfectly stable bridge for a wobbly flagpole just so we could hold a spear. And as a result, humans are practically the only animals on Earth that chronically suffer from slipped discs, sciatica, and severe lower back pain. Fast forward to today. You have taken this fragile, biologically compromised pillar of bone and subjected it to the absolute worst environment imaginable: modern comfort. Step 1: the sedentary trap. Your ancestors survived the S curve because they were constantly moving, which built a massive corset of core and back muscles to keep the spine locked safely in place. You, on the other hand, sit still. When you sit in a chair for 10 hours, those stabilizing muscles completely turn off. They atrophy. And suddenly, your spine is taking 100% of the load with zero muscular support. Your biology needs physical resistance to function. Without it, the structure simply collapses under its own weight. Step 2: force actual support. You cannot undo millions of years of evolutionary compromise. Blaming evolution won't fix your herniated disc. If you want to stop feeling like a fragile, broken accordion, you have to actively build the scaffolding that modern life stripped away from you. You need to deadlift, you need to squat, and you need to build core strength. You have to literally armor your defective skeleton with muscle. Look, chronic back pain isn't just a sign of getting older. It is the lingering echo of our species' greatest survival trick. We conquered the globe because we stood up, but the toll for that victory is collected directly from your lumbar spine. Stop diagnosing your back pain as some unique, unfixable medical mystery. You are just a bipedal ape dealing with a major software patch that never quite worked perfectly. So, are you going to finally build the physical strength required to support your own skeleton, or are you just going to blame your office chair for the next 10 years? If you enjoyed this video, help us out by hitting like and subscribe. See you next time.